Elite, can you walk us through your transfer portal process when it contacted you, what drew you to them, and all of that?
I believe I hit the portal around the 11th, I believe, or the 9th, and Pitt was one of the first schools to contact me. I was at home with my grandparents. I didn't expect to hit the portal, but once I did, Pitt was definitely one of the first schools that caught my eye of the schools that had contacted me. And the whole process was really fast. The transfer portal was really fast, and I also hit the portal late. So within that process, I had to move fast, and I was just thankful to flourish and come here and make that decision to come here.
What was it about Pitt that drew you to them?
Honestly, it was an emotional and athletic decision. I have a history of family members that continued their education at Pitt. My grandmother, she was in her PhD before she got sick here, and my aunt, she also graduated from here. This is a place that we call home. So outside of the emotional, Pitt was a place that stood out to me because of the way they play. It's a winning school. The defense is a winning program. It's just, why not Pitt? Like, there's no other way to explain that.
The previous connections with your grandmother and your aunt coming here, what did they tell you about the program before you ever came to visit here?
So my aunt, it's funny you say that because around Christmas break, I had went to go visit her in Florida. And I was just discussing my ideas to enter the portal, but I didn't know if I wanted to. And she was telling me along the lines of how she went to the University of Pittsburgh and her experiences here, and just how she was able to flourish with her degree, the weight of her degree, and just moving forward in her career path in the medical field. Just to help me in my decision now. I didn't know that Pitt was going to be a school to contact me, but now that it's happened, it's been a dream come true.
Lee, what is Pitt getting in you? What do you feel like your biggest strengths are looking at how you play on the defensive line?
I feel like my effort and my love for the game is definitely going to show. Each snap is just relentless effort, 100%. That's just me showing my love for the game, my love for the team, my love for the program, and my dedication to Pittsburgh.
What do you like about Coach Dallas?
That's a guy. He's definitely a guy. He walks in the room and he's the type of guy to brighten up the room. If you're trying to be quiet, he's going to bring it right out of you. Any type of down moment I've ever tried to have with him or just being calm, he brings the joy right out of me. So I'm thankful, and I definitely see the plan that he has for us, me as well, to flourish and be a great defensive line in this nation.
Do you know when your aunt went to Pitt?
I do not know the year exactly, but I believe it was closer to the 2000s.
What's the biggest difference between where you came from and Pitt so far?
The standards. There's always different standards in the team mission. I feel like this is going to be the place to compete for a national championship, and around this time next year we'll have a ring on our fingers.
You mentioned the national championship. You played in the college football playoff with Tulane this past year. I mean, what did you just learn from that experience, and how can you apply that to this program and help them get to that point?
It starts with the little things. I feel like Coach John Summerall, he did a great job of allowing us to buy in and bond together. So I feel like as we grow, although it's early on in the year, as we grow together, it's definitely going to be a great experience, learning each other, and learning the ins and outs of each other and how to compete with each other to win and get the ultimate goal.
This was your second time going through the portal. Was your approach different this time? I mean, how did having done it once already kind of affect the way you approach it this year?
You just have to go in with a clear mind, no expectations, and understand that your game will reflect what you get. And I'm just thankful that Pitt was a school that reached out to me so I can definitely continue my career.
Did you feel like you had a different perspective on what you were looking for in a school this time?
No, sir.
You said you didn't expect to enter the portal. What ended up causing you to, go into it?
Constant prayer. I was back home with my grandparents, as I said earlier, and it was just a decision that we made as a family. I'm not just one, it's everybody represented up here.
Jeremiah, can you walk us through how you got connected to Pitt and your whole process of getting to here and everything, and what drew you?
I mean, well, coming from a school like Illinois, it's a really big school that has produced some good defensive linemen. And I feel like Pitt has produced some very, very good defensive linemen like Aaron Donald and Kalijah Kancey just going first round. So I feel like here it's a type of defense that allows D linemen to show like how athletic that they are and can do what they best at.
What's your relationship with Coach Dallas? What do you hope to grow within this spring?
Coach Dallas, that's a great guy. That's my guy. He is a great coach, high energy coach, a coach that's real knowledgeable. He's very personable. It's really easy to become a player for him because he's just a guy that you can connect to on a level that's deeper than football. As a mentor, a coach, he just an overall good person.
Did you hear from Pitt pretty soon after you went into the portal, or what was that process like?
It was a little, maybe probably like a couple, like 5 or 6 days into me officially being into the portal. Yes.
So the recruiting process, obviously coming out of the portal, is a lot sped up, right? Compared to high school. I mean, like how fast did it kind of move for you?
That's a great question. Everything in this transfer portal thing, it's just really fast. Like, it's like speed dating. Like, it's like everything is just so quick. You got to talk, get on a visit, see campus. And I feel like as soon as I came here, I needed Pitt just as much as they needed me. So I seen it, I loved it, and I didn't leave from here.
What do you feel like you bring to the defensive line room, both, on and off the field?
Really just a leader, a guy that's very, very smart, technical. I feel like my on the field play, I'm very explosive, dominant, smart. I'm good at like reading offenses, keys, and stuff like that. But as far as off the field, I feel like I'm a guy that's just gonna have a great time. I love my teammates. I love just being like a brotherhood. Cause I got a lot of brothers myself. I got 4. So I've really been around brothers my whole life. I got a big family. So I feel like I just bring that family aspect here. So, yeah.
What's it been like working with some of those other D tackles that have been here for a long time, Sean and Nick James, and those guys?
Those are just guys that I can depend on. Just so reliable. When I first got here, I was trying to get in the playbook. I was in there meeting with Sean, Nick, and they were just teaching me about the playbook, the little cheats, the technique, and everything to just help me be a good defensive lineman at Pitt.
Is there anything in particular that you liked about Pat Marquis's defense?
It's just so vertical. Like everything is just pierce the line of scrimmage, and that's a dream for a defensive lineman, is to be able to play fast, not think, just play. The coaches make it very, very simple to just turn your brain off and just go play football. So that's what I like about it here.
You spent 3 years at Illinois. Just how do you feel like you developed there in that program over that span, and what kind of player do you feel like you can develop into here at Pitt now?
I feel like at the University of Illinois, when I came in as a freshman, I was under Keith Randolph and Johnny Newton. So those guys took me up under their wing, and I feel like I grew not only as a man, but as a football player, because I got to see them had a last year, be able to go to the league and do what Johnny is doing now and what Keith is doing now. And I just think that as far as who I am now, like, I'll never forget what I came from because I'm so grateful. But I think that here I'll be able to really flourish into what God wants me to be.
You said you needed Pitt as much as Pitt needed you. What did they tell you about their needs at D-tackle?
Just like the need for defensive linemen. Again, this is a great school for defensive linemen to be at. So it's just like why not Pitt? Like, why not?
Is it like making the decision to that really previously
Well, it was a pretty straightforward decision for me. Coach Dallas and his staff, Narduzzi, they've been in contact with me a lot. So, they sat me down and we had a good talk, and it just felt like home.
How do you feel like you fit into Pitt's defensive line and how they run it?
I feel like I fit in great. Like, me and Reston, both coming in as freshmen, man. So I feel like we're both a great fit for Pitt, and we're going to be stars coming up soon.
How did you play in high school? Like, what kind of position did you play? And will be a transition to being a full-time, hand on the ground defensive end here?
Yeah, I played like the edge, outside backer. I did both standing up at rushing from the with my hand down in the dirt too. So I'm used to both, and I'm ready to work.
big do you know? How much do you weigh?
230, 235.
What's been the hardest part about the transition from, high school to college so far?
Probably just the schedule. We getting up really early. Workouts, just getting used to the cycle, classes, stuff like that. Academic-wise, just getting used to it. I feel like I'm getting used to it now, though. So.
Has there been any players yet that have taken one of your under their wing and helped you out in the first couple of weeks here?
A lot of good people around, like Ben, Denham Cook, Nick James, a lot of good names out there that I look up to, that I aspire to be just like.
You said that's the other question. That's why you guys are ready for the Patriots program.
Oh yeah, so we all dogs, so we gonna come in and work. We gonna be ready to go. So.
How much did Coach Dow's impact your decision to commit to Pitt?
I'd say it was definitely one of the biggest things, if not the biggest part of my commitment. A lot of people say don't commit to a coach, but he's everything I would ask for in a coach. He's a family guy. He shows true love, and that was huge compared to all of the other coaches that recruited me. He shows true love. I love his intensity. He's very intense. He's passionate about the game. He doesn't help you only with football, which he's very knowledgeable about football, but he helps you with life, and that's a huge thing for me. So, I love Coach Dallas. We have a great relationship, and he was a huge part of my commitment.
I asked Preston this, but what did it mean for you to, pick Pitt, stay home, and all that?
Yeah, it meant a lot. Just being like a true Pittsburgh guy, I love it. Because Pittsburgh, it's a hard-nosed town, tough. Like that's what it's all about. And staying close to home. I'm only 25, 30 minutes away from home, and just get to play in front of like Pittsburgh, all the fans. I'm super excited about that. I love Pittsburgh. I'm excited to be here, and I love it.
What was it like growing up in a football household, and what are just some things you've learned from your dad over the years?
Man, it was awesome. From my dad, I learned my whole play style, everything. Since I was growing up, I've played since I was 6. So everything since then, my dad's taught me everything I know. Growing up, I got 2 older brothers too. So watching football every Sunday, every Thursday, Monday, college games every day is football. My dad taught me all my technique. That comes from Coach John Mitchell on the Steelers. That's the way I play. So that's all goes all the way back there. But just the IQ of the game, stuff that other people wouldn't know. That's what my dad instilled in me, and just talking ball throughout all the years. It's what we do at home. It's just normal. This football that's our life.
Lincoln, what do you think the strengths of your game are right here and now and in January, and what are some keys for you to develop into an ACC defensive lineman?
Yeah, so I think the strengths, my biggest thing is my technique, like my hands come out of the ground. I think I got fast hands, my quickness. That's why I love this about this Pitt defense. I think I fit in with like the, moving around. I love the movements and kind of just having that twitchiness. And then something that I like to work on. Just everything, honestly, but just the little stuff. Like Reston was saying, just starting with my stance, my hand placement, the way my hand is, torqued. And I want to know the whole defense in and out, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just studying as much as I can. So just every aspect of the game I want to get better at.
Has that been kind of eye-opening how detailed the coaches get with like little things like that? You talk about like your placement of your hand, that kind of thing.
I wouldn't say like I didn't expect it, but it's definitely evident. Like you can see it in everything they do. There's a lot of details which I love because I love football. I guess it's my passion. So like every little stuff like that, learning. Like Coach Dowd says when we get in the meeting room, it's your favorite class of the day, and it is. It's the best class of the day because I really love learning all those little things. And there's a lot that goes into a lot of more than people think. That goes into being a D lineman or a football player in the ACC. So.
What have you learned from most of the defensive line so far? Maybe Sean Fitzsimmons and some other guys like that that helped you out so far?
Yeah, Sean Fitzsimmons for sure. He's been here he's a senior now, and even all the coaches say to me like, you got a question, like, and you don't ask a coach, like Fitz knows everything, and he does. He's taught me a lot. He's been next to me, so I go to him. If there's a drill, Coach Dallas is coaching someone else, I go to him and say, hey, what I do, what can I do better there? Because he knows, he's been through it all, so he knows a lot. He's been a huge help. He's been great.
Preston, what did it mean for you to stay home, play at Pitt, and how did that factor into your decision overall?
It means a lot for me just playing for the city I grew up in, and a lot of my friends and family can come to the games. But besides the fact that I'm so close to home. I mean, Pitt is just such a great program in general. It was kind of an easy decision for me. Growing up, I used to come to the games all the time. I have little pictures like wearing a Pitt jersey to the game with my little sister. So I'm grateful to be here.
Do you have any family members that are alums?
Yes, my dad. He went here 87 to 70, somewhere around there.
In high school, you played under Mr. McMillan at Peters Township. I mean, just how much of an impact did he have with Donovan going here and just talking to you about your future?
Yeah, no, he was all over me the whole recruiting process. But watching Donovan from when I was in elementary school while he was playing with the high schoolers, and then watching him play for our hometown was a cool experience. And I looked up to him a ton. I still do. But it meant a lot in my decision.
What do you like about Pitt's defensive style, and how do you feel like you fit in with it?
I mean, being a defensive lineman, it's like a dream to come to the University of Pittsburgh, especially in Pat Narduzzi's offense. It's an honor to be here and playing the really aggressive D lineman, and I'm excited to get in here and start working and start. They let you like play who you are, be a full player, not think too much.
Given all the WPIAL guys in the class, did you arrive here on campus just with some friends, with some friendships? Did that make it at all easier just to start getting acclimated here?
Yeah, it did. Shep Turk went to TJ. Thomas Jefferson, he was another part of my recruiting process. He was trying to get me here. Lincoln Hoke, who I came here with, we've been talking for months and months. I know some other guys on the team that are from the WPIAL and some coaches from the WPIAL that have coached here. And it's just a cool experience to be here with so many connections.
How important is it to be on campus right now and not? I mean, obviously it's not easy for a high school senior to forego the last semester. How important is it to be here early, get acclimated with the team, and just ready for some football?
Yeah, I mean, it's a blessing to come here early. I'm glad it's kind of becoming the new norm, but it's a huge advantage. I can't even imagine coming here in June, like how far behind I would be. But I think it's a great honor to come here early and graduate early, and you're missing a lot back home, but can still go home for some graduation stuff and all that.
What are some of the specific things that you're trying to work on here these couple weeks before spring ball?
I would say just my starting stance. I didn't put a hand in the dirt in high school. Now I'm playing a 3-point stance, so that's a little bit different for me, and I've also never played so much to the interior D line. I've always kind of been a yard off the ball because I had to drop into pass coverage, but there's a lot that is changing, but I'm ready for it, and I'm excited to keep working on it.